Okay, I'm wearing my Justice t-shirt because for Chris Lavoie's birthday today, I would like some justice. And I would like it toot sweet.
Sounds a little bit greedy.
Happy birthday, Chris Lavoie.
Thank you. I had to play my own music.
Yeah, it's hard to make it a surprise.
Yeah, you know.
We gon' party like
I love this. I want justice for your birthday. Get your own music. Play your own music.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink Bacardi.
I would like, could you get me Glenn Kirshner for your birthday?
Well,
in
Travis
about 20,
got you.
about 20
I'll take care. It's his birthday. Let him enjoy it. I took care of that for you.
I'm going to be over here drinking Bacardi like it's my birthday.
I said, can you get in the club for yourself? Thank you. Surprise.
Hey,
All
thanks.
right. All
Nice
right.
Mai Tai.
Travis, as I said before the show, I, like the Libra that I am, I agree with everyone on both sides of this special prosecutor issue. Because at first I was like, okay, it's a good thing because I know Biden didn't do anything wrong. It just, strengthens whatever Jack Smith does. And now I'm like, no! Because we talked about this before the show. Mm-hmm. Why does it always seem like we have to bend over backwards? In fairness, the Republicans don't give up, and they're going to scream like whiny little bitches no matter what you do.
They were going to scream if we didn't. They'll scream if we did. They'll do that. That's what they do. They
whine
find a reason to complain.
And cry.
That's what I mean. You cannot do anything so Republicans don't whine. They always whine.
You can't negotiate with terrorists.
They're the whiny little bitch party. And while I'm like, okay, well, good, because I know he's not going to find anything.
Right.
But first of all, we got to bend over backwards to always appoint a Republican that was appointed by Trump. This is the guy who helped Rosenstein cover up the Mueller report, or allegedly, whatever.
Well, also the side-by-side of this as it plays out, where Trump is like fighting tooth and nail every step of the way, and Biden's like, oh, here you go.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to see how you functionally do this, and then we're going to see Trump's
We'll talk to Glenn Kirshner in a few minutes, but this is the first thing that a lot of people on Twitter, Duty to Warn said, another reason this is bogus. Where's the criminal intent? There's no evidence Biden intentionally misplaced or misappropriated documents, which makes it an administrative matter, not a criminal one. Right. Because we're big liberal thinkers, what did I say? Apple tags. My girlfriend put one in my bag when we went back east.
Yeah.
So you don't why don't we put Apple tags on our classified material?
But you can put an RFD
something.
Chip. Yeah, you can put a chip on the envelope. It doesn't have to be on the information. So they can signal this is where
it is.
Right.
So they know where it is at all times.
But Miss Betty Bowers with all the analogies about how it's different. Shopper 1, I didn't notice a few things in the bottom of my Target cart. Returned them once I got to my car. Shopper 2, I shoplifted 88 boxes of stuff, kept them 15 months, lied to the police about having them until they came to take them. MAGA, you both did the same thing. I mean, that's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I get it that, in some ways, people are spinning this as, this has left Republicans sputtering because now whatever Jack Smith comes forward with, but why do we always bend over backwards? I just don't. Tom Joseph tweets, Nicole Wallace called out Garland for fearing the Republican Congress, slow rolling the 1-6 investigation and only speeding it up after Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony. Garland supporters will deny it, but the expanse of Jack Smith's new subpoenas suggests they should have happened sooner. I mean, I think it's just in all our heads. We're like, why is this taking so long for Trump? And in 2 seconds, there's a special prosecutor for what seems to have no criminal. I mean, that's the whole, what do you call it, regulation for appointing a special counsel is a suspicion of criminality. And there is none here. So it seems to me he's bending way far over to be fair. Harry Littman, our good friend, legal lad, here was his take. Merrick Garland's decision to appoint a special counsel is being generally praised, with many commentators are opining he had no choice but to do it. There's something to that point of view, but importantly, it tells us something new about Garland. His reputation has always been as a straight law and facts prosecutor, and indeed, he pointed to the governing law, a DOJ regulation about special counsels, in his appointments of both Jack Smith and Robert Turr. The problem, however, is that the letter of the regulation not only doesn't dictate the appointment, but arguably even precludes it. That's because it requires Garland to find that a criminal investigation is warranted, and there is zero information from what we now know to suggest anybody, much less Biden, acted with criminal intent. The revelations about the documents certainly present a political headache and arguably the need for policy intervention, but the lookout of a special counsel is criminal charges. Indeed, the evidence we know suggests Biden lacked knowledge of the misplacement of the documents, let alone intent, all of which suggests that Garland is less blinkered by the book prosecutor than he is considered to be. So we'll get Glenn Kirshner's take on it. I didn't stay up late enough to see his late show appearances, so
You know it could be fun,
This
too?
will be new to you and me.
Yes.
Because we just got up. Yes.
If he writes a special report
Yeah.
and he says, oh, and you can't indict a sitting president thanks to
Right.
Bill Barr's memo.
And we're like,
Nanny boo boo. Stick your head in doo doo.
yes, I mean, to see them twist themselves in
Oh, yeah.
pretzels
Yeah.
about all
Oh,
this is just.
God, they're just...
I mean,
flailing.
Duty to warn said it took 2 years for Garland to appoint a special counsel to prosecute one of the greatest threats the Republic has ever known, and 2 minutes to appoint one to investigate a filing error. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, at first I was like, okay, this is fine, and then like you hear arguments on both sides, and then of course Ellie Mistel was
Oh, yeah.
hair on fire, but that's his thing.
Right.
He's like, Merrick Garland's a punk.
Well-
Punk.
In that, a dog sipping coffee, this is fine. You're the this is fine. Ellie is the fire surrounding you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Andrew Weissman, though, obviously I always look to on Twitter, said unclear how AG Garland can justify, based on the Biden doc's known facts, the appointment of a special counsel under DOJ guidelines, but worth noting that such an appointment will have the effect of making it more viable / palatable for Jack Smith to bring Mar-a-Lago charges against Trump.
Yeah.
Because remember we were saying that Barb McQuaid and others said this complicates charging Donald Trump for Mar-a-Lago. And again, that's politically, not legally. There is a, ton. That's illegal.
Well,
That's a
legal
legal term. Ton of evidence against him in the Mar-a-Lago case.
The difference in how it was handled on
Yeah.
each side. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah. Andrew Weissman also said appointment makes it much easier for Jack Smith to bring Trump Mar-a-Lago document charges, gives the DOJ the necessary reality and appearance of balance and fairness. Well, that's
compare
that's
and
looking at it
contrast.
like it's a good chess move. If you look at what Barb McQuaid said, then you go, okay, checkmate. Here's so that it makes it easier for them to prosecute
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago. I don't know. Palmer report said, and the Biden classified document saga just ended. Garland just buried it with that announcement. Next thing we'll hear about this story is that when this new special counsel eventually quietly announces no crimes were committed by anyone in Biden's circle. Well, I hope so.
Right.
But that's the other thing. I hope it doesn't take 2 years for them to go. Biden did this. This is the nothing burger. The Hillary's emails,
Yeah.
and Benghazi and all this crap always is on the Republican side.
I have no doubt they'll move swiftly on this. And also, it's
right.
going to make it when Jack does come forward and a part
Yeah.
of his charging
Yeah.
is the obstruction of justice and the intent because they were moving things
Right.
around.
Yeah.
They were trying to hide stuff
It's-
around Mar-a-Lago.
Hopefully, it highlights so the morons can see what the difference is,
Yeah.
rather than.
So we've got security footage. We've got security footage
Yeah.
from Mar-a-Lago showing them moving and hiding the boxes,
Yeah.
violating their own
But,
policies.
Just the whole thing hit me yesterday because remember we were talking about how this started with Nixon and Jill Wine-Banks. We always talk about that with
Yeah,
her,
right.
About this, and what's the pattern? It's letting Republicans get away with crimes. Sorry, both sides don't do it. Letting Nixon, pardoning him, started a whole thing where then Iran-Contra. We're like, oh, well, I guess we just can't. We're going to leave that. Then we let Bush administration get away with, war crimes
Right.
in Iraq. We're like, because we got to move on as a nation. We got to blah, blah, blah. And here we are. What's the through line? Republicans. It's Republican administrations that always get away with it. They pursued Obama and the Clintons to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
And there were no crimes. That's the difference. Trust me, if they had done anything, they would have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah.
They did nothing. Despite, oh my God, do you remember all the investigations and charge? Kevin McCarthy this morning was on TV saying he's thinking about, I don't even know what the word is, trying to vacate one of Trump's impeachments.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
they are not interested in fairness of any kind.
Oh, we
they
have
are
that.
about vengeance and politics. They are not. They don't even care
that-
about the appearance of fair. That's what we say. Is that a thing?
It's not
Right. Is that a thing?
Overturn, vacate, and
From
impeachment.
what I understand, it's just putting a note in the file.
Right.
Yeah.
Post it.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't agree with this.
Right.
This was just mean.
Right. It
Expunged.
doesn't overturn anything. It's
It does
just
not
saying-
erase history.
Right,
It's not a
just saying,
time machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Where is
Oh, we have that 14.
Okay.
14.
Fantastic.
This is him being asked
Here's
about the
douche
expunging.
nozzle Kevin McCarthy.
I'd have to look when you find that the final information that the Russia document was all a lie.
No, it
When
wasn't.
you watch what went through, I'd understand why members would want to bring that forward. Our first priority is to get our economy back on track, secure
How you
our
doing that?
borders, make our streets safe again, give parents the opportunity to have a say in their kids' education, and actually hold government accountable. But I understand why individuals want to do it, and we'd look at it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Of course he will look at anything right? What is the latest thing we found out he agreed to? We don't even know all the handshake
release all
deals.
the security footage from January 6th.
From January 6th, because they're trying to prove they're crazy. I don't even know what the FBI, Antifa, BLM
Release
was behind
the footage.
it.
I know. I'm like,
know.
let's do this, Kevin.
I know.
I want to see more of
that's
Josh
what I
Hawley
mean.
running through hallways.
Yes.
That's what I mean. The special counsel's not going to find anything criminal in the Biden thing. I'm not worried about that, but it's just, oh my God.
Speaking of finding things criminal, 30 gigabytes.
Oh! Yes, that was the other bombshell this morning. I bet you that was the most incriminating stuff, too.
30 gigabytes.
The J6 committee has not released publicly 30 gigabytes of data that they gave directly to the Justice Department.
30 gigabytes.
And it sounds like it's the juicy stuff.
That's a lot.
Ivanka texts. Who else? Cassidy Hutchinson.
That's a lot.
People that contradict the Secret Service lies.
Wow.
Yes. What else? I'll find it.
Think about how much hard drive space in your computer 30 gigabytes of porn takes up. That's a lot.
Yeah.
30 gigabytes of porn is a lot.
That's a lot.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking
So
of
when you
porn-
translate that into documents,
Speaking of
porn, thanks for the assist.